If you've ever been verbally threatened by 42 million useless members of your society because daddy government wouldn't give them another free handout, then go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. Today we're going to be discussing the rapidly developing situation here in the United States in reference to the SNAP EBT payment that is due on 1 November. After this video is over, what I would like my audience to do is go into the cesspool that is formerly known as Twitter, now X, and type in SNAP or EBT and look at the videos that these individuals are posting publicly threatening to take what is yours, literally publicly posting that they want to kick your door down, take all your belongings and your food if they don't receive $187 on the 1st of November. So we're going to get into that story. We have a lot to discuss here today. If you want to support my channel, hitting the like button helps out a ton. Thank you for doing that. Post down below in the comments what your thoughts are on this rapidly developing EBT SNAP situation, and leave your combat llama emojis down below. Keep in mind, this channel does not represent any organization, the War Department, the United States Army in any way. I am a private content creator posting this on my own free will, representing myself. So, on the 1st of November, roughly 42 million Americans are due roughly a $200 paycheck from the federal government. Many states are reporting that they will simply not have the funds allotted for these individuals. Now, what is the natural reaction? Would it be to go get a job? Would it be go figure out how to fend for yourself in society like the rest of the useful members of society, like you and I have figured out how to do? No. What they have decided to do is go to X, formerly Twitter, and literally threaten every successful member of society around them. So, if you have been living under a rock, what I would encourage my audience to do is definitely have the food, the water, the batteries, the things that I've been telling you for years to have available to protect and defend your family and your personal way of life and your community. I am not advocating for violence in any way. I'm advocating that you have the food, the water, the batteries, the ammunition, the weapons, the gasoline available if things go south quick. Not advocating for violence at all. However, you do need to be prepared to legally defend yourself if somebody tries to kick in your door. People thinking that it's socially acceptable or legally acceptable to go out of their way to threaten you, openly, publicly threaten you on the internet. If they're doing that publicly, that means they have no fear of repercussion or legal, formal repercussion at all. So what am I encouraging my audience to do? Get gasoline. Top off the tank. Make sure you have water, at least 3 months worth. Make sure you have food, at least 3 months worth. Make sure you have enough ammunition to be able to defend yourself and your family, because why am I saying all this? There are already massive amounts of panic buying that is occurring because people think that this is going to get potentially really bad. Why do people think it's going to get really bad? Well, obviously, the run on food and the run on gas and the run on water has already begun. But more importantly, these grocery stores have a very, very, very thin margin of profit, a profit margin. That means if they can't sustain business for a month or for 2 months because these EBT payments are what they factor in, $200 per person. And if you're in some of these communities, there's a lot of people that are basically living off the government's payment, not getting a job, not providing for themselves. There are a ton of people not doing anything with their lives, and it's super sad. It's super unfortunate, but those same people those grocery stores are factoring in to sell all of that produce, to sell all of that product. So if you're in an area that is widely affected by these EBT and SNAP shortages, what you need to do is make sure if you are affected, that you have the provisions necessary in terms of personal protection and defense. Guys, you need to follow your state and local laws. You need to make sure your community is taken care of. You need to make sure that you defend your family if you're physically threatened. Do not engage with these individuals or be rage baited into this nonsense. You need to have your head above water and think clearly in a time like this. Hopefully this whole thing blows over, and by the time you see this video, the payments are processed and all these individuals that have been, for lack of a better term, rage posting, threatening you and your family, hopefully the law comes for them and holds them accountable. But I don't foresee that happening. So what should you do? You should make sure that you are legally armed to protect yourself and your family. If you need to just make sure that you meet those legal requirements of personal protection and home defense, okay? None of this is legal advice. You guys get the drift there. But when I see countless thousands and thousands and thousands of people posting publicly, threatening people and their way of life, that is not acceptable, okay? So I want to make sure you're made aware. Do not simply send your spouse or loved one out to go get a grocery run on 1 November or beyond then, because if this situation continues to develop, it could be a very, very dangerous situation that they run into. So just wanted to make you aware that yes, the $100 billion program called EBT or SNAP, those payments potentially will not process on 1 November. There's going to be 42 million Americans that are losing their minds. They never thought to put in a job application, but now that they don't have that job and they're not finding a way to work and make money for themselves, now they're threatening you and your way of life, which is definitely not a good look. So hopefully this video helps somebody. If it did, leave a like or a combat llama emoji down below. Again, I don't represent any organization at all, and this is not legal advice. Follow your state and local laws. Make sure you and your family are taken care of at a time of great panic buying and pandemonium. Until next time, this is going to be Trench Grenade, your average 11.5 pistol BCM enjoyer, boop boop, that your mom says that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.